Hey, Sergey.
What's up, buddy?
How's your night going?
Pretty good. Just got back from Russian Banya. But how about you? You are not in New York City today. Why don't you tell our audience where you are?
Yeah, I'm in Austin for the week, here for the South by Southwest EDU conference. And I'm actually here on a press pass with the mentors and also with the nonprofit that I work with and teach entrepreneurship through. But I'm going to be interviewing a bunch of founders, specifically in the edtech space, and I already have a few really exciting meetings on the calendar. So stay tuned for future episodes of The Mentors to hear some of the conversations that I'm going to be having this week.
Nice. Press pass sounds super fancy. I actually have another event that I'm going to this week with a press pass. That's the beauty of having a podcast. But why don't we talk about what happened this weekend? Because we are going to be releasing something special at the end of this episode. If you recall, a couple of weeks ago, we debuted our first ever parody music video that was called Folks Like You, which is a parody, sort of play on words on Girls Like You, and that was episode 87. But today, we wanted to release another music video. And actually, we met yesterday to work on it, and things almost fell apart. So what happened, Vadim? Why did we almost give up on this thing?
Yeah, and this is a lesson on reframing and rethinking your strategy and your priorities. What happened is we got together to work on a song that has been in the works, a new parody song that's been in the works for about a week, and we just hit a wall. At a certain point, you were writing lyrics, I was writing lyrics, we were comparing notes, and they just sounded really flat, and we realized we weren't having fun at all.
We couldn't even agree on a topic. We started getting angry at each other because we were sort of criticizing each other's work, and it didn't feel good, obviously, but I think the fact of the matter is we weren't really happy with the product of what we were working on, and it was affecting sort of everything else in the mood of the entire scenario. But because you were leaving to go to Austin this morning, we knew that we wouldn't be able to release another song basically for a couple weeks because you wouldn't come back until later this week. So I think that lit a fire under us a little bit. But the thing that shifted the perspective for me, at least, the reframing, is when I think I was trying to push my own sort of version of the lyrics, the topic that we were working on, and you didn't like it. And I just stopped for a second and I started to be a little bit more honest with myself on whether it was good and whether it was actually interesting or funny. And once I was more honest with myself, I realized that it wasn't good enough. And that was the first step in reframing what was happening. Is I realized I should take your displeasure with the product as a signal that maybe it's just not good enough and we need to rethink it.
Well, I think the other thing that we did is we took a step back and we said, why are we even doing this? And I think what I tried to do at one moment is put myself in the shoes of the person that's listening to these lyrics that we were writing, or even thinking about the topic that we were writing about at that time. And when I basically put myself in the shoes of the listener, I realized I don't want to listen to this. And so I think once we started thinking about the lines of, first of all, what do we actually want to talk about? What's the message we want to convey? And what fits what we actually enjoy doing and the topics we enjoy talking about on our show, things started to go a little bit more smoothly.
This actually reminds me of something that I've been reading a lot about. I think I mentioned this on another episode, but I've been reading Tony Robbins' first book, Unlimited Power, and he talks a lot about the fact that our interpretation of anything that happens to us or any situation that we might be in other words, our internal representations of things, they are completely based on past experiences, and it's actually in your power to reframe almost anything that's happening to you in either a positive or constructive way or negative or limiting way. And what happened yesterday, the first half of the interaction that we had, it was limiting, and then once it clicked that, we should just rethink it and not try to push any one agenda, but actually just think of something that's good, we agreed on a topic, and the topic is networking. And we started just writing lyrics, and the lyrics were funnier. We actually stopped saying no. We started just trying to go with the flow. And Vadim thought of a funny lyric, and we kind of went from there. And that was actually a pretty cool experience because I think I got to your place around 2 o'clock. By 3:30, we were kind of disgruntled. And then once things started to click, we not only wrote the lyrics, we recorded the song, we figured out the video we want to do, figured out the shots that we want to get, framed the whole video, and shot it and filmed it. And you did a lot of the editing last night and actually finished it today. So within less than 24 hours, we were able to create from scratch a whole music video, and it didn't even feel like work, honestly, right?
No, it was a lot of fun, and it was a great lesson in sometimes if it feels like something's too much of an uphill battle or there's too much friction and you're really just not enjoying the ride, take a second, stop, reevaluate why you're doing what you're doing, and then take a different course. And this is what happened with us. I came up with the idea, why don't we talk about a topic that everybody cares about, which is networking. We've done it before, but we can probably provide a new spin on it. Then you came up with a funny opener, and then we kind of became a yes conversation. We banged it out. Literally, we shot every scene. We got Jackie to help us on the camera work as well. She helped us think through a couple scenes too. And by midnight, half of the video was already edited. I finished editing it on the flight, and we hope you guys enjoyed it. But it is a great lesson on stopping to take a second and readjusting your course of action.
All right, so here is the audio from the song, and hopefully you enjoy it. And it's all about putting yourself out there and trying to meet new people. So here we go.
I know you moved on to someone new. Hope that they're just as cool. I really think we'll grab that coffee soon. I just want to tweet at you. Trying to network more, not really sure what for, but I feel like I gotta just to open doors, practicing what I'll say. Hope I don't come off as fake. I'll just put myself out there, you should do the same. I'll just put myself out there, you should do the same. I hope today I'll meet someone special and have them on LinkedIn. We're friends now, friends now. And in a few days I'll follow up to stay top of my move, the relationship board. Oh, I know you run the show. Oh, I hope we're friends now, friends now. Oh, I know you run the show. Oh, I hope we're friends now, friends now.
All right, well, thank you for listening to this music video, and we're going to be working on more in the next couple of weeks as well. We just really love the process of creating this type of stuff, and it was really helpful to reframe a potentially negative experience and say, you know what, we're not being angry at each other, we're not bad at this, we just need to challenge ourselves to be a little bit better and be okay sometimes with throwing everything out we did and starting from scratch.
And if you want to watch the video, go ahead and go to the mentors.co. Just find the title of this episode, and the video will be embedded there. Thanks for the call, Sergey. Thanks for listening, folks, and we'll talk to you soon.